How in the ever-loving hell is it June 7th already? It's not. I'm recording this on June 6th. I cheat. I'm a cheating cheater. It's what I do. I'm Taylor. This is Cranky Comic Book Review, and it's the review for the week of June 7th. I don't know, whatever. It's weird calling shit like the week of when it's in the middle of the week, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But I got a stack of crap here, and we're going to go through it. Worst to best, like always. Also, thank you all for helping me get to 1,000 followers. I greatly appreciate it. I will be making a 1,000 follower giveaway video sometime in the near future. Watch that; it'll tell you how to win some stuff, or what to win, or whatever. It's a process. I haven't figured it all out yet, but I'll get there. I will get there, and thank you. And yeah, oh yeah, CBC Awards. Go vote for somebody. CBCAwards.org. Lots of comic creators. It's a good awards thing. Go vote for it. Anyways, start with the worst book of the week. And I am maybe surprising some people this one, but I don't care. It's my channel. I can do what I want. Batman number 136. I have not been loving Chip Zdarsky's Batman. It just doesn't feel like a great run to me. And this issue is, I don't know, not maybe one of the worst. It's Ortega on art, and I don't like the art. I don't like the story. I don't really care. It's Batman somehow back from the multiverse, and I don't even remember how the hell that happened. That's how uneventful or unmemorable last issue was for me. And now he's just going batty because he's crazy in the head. It's the exploration of Batman's psyche that's never been done before. It's fine. It's just kind of blah, ugh. And you get. And the art, like, you get weird Bruce making weird Brucey faces that doesn't seem to fit. I don't know. Like, something just seems off about this run. It's not awful. I've read worse books. Like, most Marvel crap is worse. But this just isn't doing it for me. I'll probably keep it up because it's Batman and I like Batman. And I keep having faith it'll get better. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. This is a book you would read on the toilet and then kind of forget about it when you flush, if that makes sense. So, go read it on the shitter. All right, another one. And this also pains me to do this because, well, I like this writer and I like the artist. Phantom Road, number 4. This is Jeff Lemire and Gabriel Walta. Jordi Bellaire on the coloring and, Steve Wands on lettering. It's an alternate universe weird trucker story. It's Jeff Lemire. It's got some Lemire-isms. And it has the potential to be a good book. But where it's failing for me is as a monthly read. Like, I picked this up, I'm like, I don't remember what happened last month. Nothing, and it's some of that's on me. I read a lot of shit, and, like, some of it just doesn't stick. But, like, nothing about this, other than, like, weird truckers on the run from zombies, has like made an impression on me enough to really figure out what's going on. And then this issue, there's a lot of dialogue in the beginning, and then there's like a flashback or flash sideways or flash something, and then it kind of ends with a little bit of a reveal. It's okay. I have a feeling it's going to read well collected, but like as a monthly, it's not doing it for me. I like Gabriel Walta's art. It's weird, it's trippy, it's like kind of cartoony, but not, and kind of got some good sort of scribbly grossness to it. And Jordi Bellaire's colors are great. But, like, this just isn't, it's not grabbing me. And, like, I like Lemire. If you've ever watched any of my videos, I like his writing. So, I don't know. All right, next, we have Nocterra. No, that's not. It's not Nocterra Fine. Whatever. Nocterra number 15. It's another one where like it's fine. This is like coming to a resolution or coming to a next big thing or the next big whatever. It's a monthly. It's Scott Snyder. It's Tony Daniel. It's the end of the world as we know it, and everyone's in the dark, and there's monsters in the dark, and you have to keep the lights on or the monsters in the dark get you. That's the setup for the series. And then there's things chasing after other things, and there's truckers and convoys. Man, this is like the last ditch plan to save humanity from the dark by making it. I don't want to spoil it, but. It's all right. It's doing a lot of like, hey, remember issue 6 and issue 12 and like little footnotes and stuff, which like Marvel used to do a lot. And I thought it was fun when Marvel did it. And now I'm just old and cranky. I'm like, no, I don't fucking remember. It's not that memorable a thing. And that's the problem with this monthly too. It's been fine. I like the art. I like the story. it's not really going anywhere, even though it's pretending to, which is the nature of monthly comics. I get it. You have to like pretend to go forward without really going forward. There's some gorgeous art in here by Tony Daniel, and there's some like protagonisty, antagonisty things, and then there's a continuation to be continuity thingy at the end. So, and that's part of the other issue I've had with these issues. Get an issue with issues? Let me just change my channel name to that. I'm not going to. Is that there's been like enough time off between some of these where you're like, you just kind of like easily lose interest. At least I do, and it takes a lot to suck you back in. And I'm just not getting sucked enough, people, with this one. Yeah, phrasing. All right. Next, we have. Am I going to do it in this order? No, I'm going to switch it. Yeah, let's switch it. Next, we have Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, number 6. Jason Aaron, Lila Del Duca, and Tamara Bonvillain. It's not a bad book, and this is mostly people just having sex in this issue. It's sort of supposed to be the where the two protagonists find love, but they kind of really skipped over that bit and just went right to fucking, which is fine. Hey, there's no two wrong ways to do it. Well, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just there's also not much to this issue. It sort of like explains a little bit of the dynamic between the two characters without really getting into any of the emotional resonance or any like reason for them to like fall in love or whatever. And there's a to be continued at the end, which leads me to believe that this is going to be a break after this issue, which is kind of annoying because this is a fill-in kind of issue. And go somewhere. Just do something. I'm cranky and I'm old. I'm tired. I don't have time for your shenanigans. I do, apparently. I just keep reading these monthlies and letting them drag it all out. I'm not hating this one. I actually do like it. It's just like we're getting into like I like this stuff, but I just wish there's a little more meat in this issue other than just like a bunch of naked people. And I like naked people, but I like naked people with a plot. There's a little bit of a plot. All right, next we have Adventures of Super Duper Man John Kent. Look, he's trapped in an alternate universe where things aren't what it seems. But the characters are all the same because it's DC, and so you have variations on the things. Well, everyone's pretty much the same thing, except they're a little cranky or a little bit different. Because it's the multiverse. It's kind of tropey. I like Tom Taylor as a writer. I've been enjoying this John Kent thing, but I think this is probably the worst issue. The art, I think, is taking a step down in this issue. It's Robertson. I don't know if this is that was the artist in the first couple. I can't be bothered to look it up. You get Super Duper Boy Man with his new powers in a bit, and then you get Lex Luthor, who might not be evil, and Nightwing, who might be. I mean, it's multiversy, and I mean that in a negative. It's just an easy, lazy way to tell a story. And Tom Taylor excels in multiverse stuff. And I'm not saying it's all lazy, because it's like he's having fun playing in the playground. And I get that. But I'm sick of it. Like, I just tell a straightforward fucking Superman story. Don't immediately chuck the dude off into multiverse just so you don't have to like come up with like new shit other than like a spin on whether or not Lex is evil, because we've never seen that before. Or a spin on like if Batman in World 474, whatever the hell this world is evil. So it's another fillery, innery, yeah, I'm making up that's going to be the word of the week. Sorry, type issue. And it's fine. It's just, I want it to go somewhere. And I'm sick of multiverse shit. All right. Next, we have In Hell We Fight #1, John Layman and Jock. Not the Jock from the Batman and the covers and stuff. The different Jock. This is a guy named J.O.K. or I don't know the gender. It's Jock, just J.O.K. People in Hell. It's a fun romp. It's John Layman, so nothing is super serious. He wrote Chew, C-H-E-W, and Chew, C-H-U. And so yeah, this is In Hell We Fight. You learn why this character hates frogs, and then they're all trying to steal ice cream. Right? Not spoiling a whole lot of the plot. It's a fun book. It's the art is like kind of sketchy with a little hint of like Mignola before he like went full Mignola. Like never go full Mignola unless you can, but and a little bit of like P. Craig Russell too from back in the old day. And so yeah, it's if you want just a dumb fun book of like kids in hell doing kid stuff and in a place that has some decent potential. Not a perfect Earth issue, but not awful by any means. You could do worse than this. And yeah, they're mostly just after ice cream, which who doesn't want ice cream in hell? Because they're in hell. But yeah, then things take a twist at the end because it's a book. And so there's twist at the end. It's an interesting enough one. I'll at least pick up issue number 2 of this. If you're not into like John Layman's like weird half humor or just like lightheartedness, this is not going to be for you. He's not like slapsticky funny. I mean, but he does have some moments in there that I think he thinks are funnier than they are. I don't mind it because I enjoy the kind of just the not quite so serious nature of his storytelling. So, but yeah, there you go. In Hell We Fight, issue number 1, Image Comics. All right, next we have one from Whatnot. I read the first issue, and like it's been a pleasant surprise. This is Astrobots, written by Simon Furman, who like did some of the original Transformers stuff, and art by Hector Trunick. The art is pretty solid. It's I believe digitally painted, and it's all pretty much Transformers. And it's a play on that. You have robots. They're not in disguise, so I guess that's a big difference. They're robots not in disguise, and they're transporting humans to some brave new world, and so they're in charge. And like then there's robo-politics and backstabbiness and shenanigans, robo-shenanigans. This actually was a pleasant surprise for me. I'm digging it. I like the art. There's a few panels where it's a little confusing, but for the most part, pretty solid. And I will keep this one up. And I apparently get a toy on Whatnot, because Whatnot's nothing if not making variant covers and 4,000 ways to market their shit. So this is kind of one of the unsung books, at least. I've not heard a lot about it on there. Yeah, I dig it. If you like the original Transformers stuff and that, child of like 80s anime, like 80s Americanized anime, like Robotech or that kind of level of stuff, you'll probably dig this. So. Next, we have Cats from Hell. This Hairball, number 3. This is Matt Kindt and Tyler and Hillary Jenkins. Dark, moody, creepy, with an evil cat. I mean, that's this book. This is the arguable protagonist, trying to do something about the fact that she has a very evil cat. I don't want to spoil a whole lot of it. I do think there are a few missed opportunities in this as far as like tone and way this issue gets told. But it's a fun one. I liked Hairball. I have not loved it, and that's kind of where I feel about this one. I like it. It's got a fun kind of evil romp to it. I'll keep reading it for sure, and I like the Jenkins's art, and I'm down for the Matt Kindt's writing. It's just kind of his pacing is a little slow sometimes, which whatever. It is what it is. And like the adorable kitty eating a hand. What's not to like? All right, next we have Mark Miller being Mark Miller, but with Matteo Scalera on our Ambassadors, number 6. Yeah, this is the end of Volume 1. This is where you sort of figure out what's been going on behind the scenes, and the B plot becomes the A plot because it's the end of the first issue arc, and then it goes ultra violent and ultra evil with some confusing shit. So I like Matteo Scalera's art quite a bit. Is he doing the coloring? Are they doing the coloring? Yeah, okay. No, Lee Lowrich is doing the coloring. I don't love the coloring on here by Lee Lowrich. And normally, like if you read Black Science and stuff, I'm a huge fan of Scalera's art on that. And this is good. This is solid, but there are just some panels where you're like, I don't know what the hell's going on. And I think this sort of limited color palette's not helping some of that. But that said, if you like sort of ultra-violent superhero-y stuff, which is sort of Mark Miller, you're going to dig this. It's like curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal, raunchy bawdiness, a rapidy uppityness of this arc in a satisfying enough fashion, and the promise of going forward. So Mark Miller knows how to write a comic. And this is a comic. I know, that's my deep fucking review here, people. But it's a solid Volume 1. Up until this issue, I was interested, but not crazy interested in this story, but this is like the best issue of the arc so far, so that's good, right? You're getting better as you go. And what do we got here? We have, Loki. Get it? Because Loki, it's a low-key month. That's Loki number 1. Variant cover, whatever. This is written by, who's it written by? I should know this. Dan Waters. And art by somebody who's not Dan Waters. I don't know. Like, yeah, I can't. The Marvel does. Oh, hang on. There we go. Germain Peralta. There we go. Yeah, I'm a pro, people. This is why I tuned in to watch this shit. It was to watch me fumble through the book, figure out who wrote it and who colored it and artisted it. Who artisted it? Words are not my friend this week. This is fun. This is a solid book. It's like trickster Loki. So you get like Loki being kind of shifty but not evil, and sort of try to make up for his past evilness, sort of, while still being a conniving son of a bitch. And there's the Giants of Jotunheim, and there's Thor, and there's fingernails, lots of fingernails. This is a solid, fun book. I like the Loki character. I like Dan Waters' treatment of Loki, and I don't think necessarily all of the tricks Loki plays lands necessarily, but it's like I appreciate the effort. I appreciate that Waters is writing a trickster god doing things that are, tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. Good book. All right. Remember how I didn't like Zdarsky on Batman? Well, we're almost at the end of this week, and my second favorite book of the week was Zdarsky on Daredevil, which is a similar-ish character to Batman, but it's a different motivation, and I think that makes all the difference. And also the art, like Marco Cicchetto's art on Daredevil has been fantastic, and this issue is no exception. It's gorgeous, it's glorious. This is the sort of fall of Daredevil, and it's Zdarsky's wrapping up his arc, and if this if he sticks the landing, this could be something special. This is it is one of the darker Daredevil runs, and that's saying something. And this is playing with Daredevil's faith, playing with his guilt and everything else, which is kind of tropey, but I enjoy Zdarsky's treatment of this. And that's the difference, I guess, is just I like it. It's hard to sometimes put my finger on why I like this better than Batman, because they are both pretty similar. But I just think it's a more effectively well done book. Elektra's in this, and there's the dynamic between Daredevil and Elektra, which I dig. This treatment of it, and I think that the arc in this has been earned by Zdarsky. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just the what's going on in Batman really doesn't feel earned, but this feels earned. It's not a good jumping on point. Dear God, do not try and jump on this one right now. You're gonna be lost as all shit, and you're like, all right, this is what the fuck are you doing, Taylor? So read it collected, or wait till this is over, and then just start I'd hope whoever they have running Daredevil next is it all decent, and maybe Zdarsky resets Daredevil and leaves him in place. But I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know. To hell with the devil. All right, my favorite book of the week, and my issue number 1 of this was my favorite book of the week back when it came out too. This is, Peacemaker tries hard. It's Kyle Starks, who's got a pretty good handle on the DC television and movies version of Peacemaker. This is not the comics version, really. This is a Black Label book. So it's and then art by Steve Pugh, which also does a pretty good job of capturing the John Xena Warrior Princess version of Peacemaker. You get the Peacemaker living in a trailer, which is the show and not the comics. You get issue with his dad show and not the comics. So if you're looking for the Peacemaker from the DC comic universe, this is not going to be it. But this is a funny book that it's not quite as good as the Peacemaker TV series, but it's pretty fucking good. It's funny, it's well drawn, it's sarcastic, it's over the top, it's ridiculous. It really plays up the stupidity of Peacemaker, along with his weird sense of morality. And he's got a dog named Bruce Wayne that is a French bulldog that just likes to lick his junk. So what's not to like? And it's a fun book. It's Black Label. It's $5, but it's a good breath of fresh air like when compared to some of the other shit I've been reading. Like it's just kind of like you're in for a good time with this book, and that's really when you're reading comic books, you kind of just want to escape and have a good time, right? Like you don't always need dark and grim and gritty, evil cats try to like kill people or people selling their soul or whatever. Like sometimes you just want to like read a fun fucking book, and this is it. This is a fun book. So my favorite book of the week. Yeah, that's what I got. Better week than the past couple. I mean, it may not seem like it. I know I came across as kind of cranky. It's the name of the review show. It's what I do. I just want every book to be perfect. Is that so much to ask? All right, don't be a dick, even if perfection is unattainable. So yeah,